You guys want to see me do something that 95% of the people who watched and liked this movie can't do?
Hello, Adam Ryan Donato.
Hello, welcome back to another Hard Review, and I'm here to talk about the horror hit of 2023, Five Nights at Freddy's, FNAF, baby, based off the popular video game and book series. Five Nights at Freddy's comes to the big screen after many attempts, and there's other movies like this. I think of Banana Splits, and I saw Willy's Wonderland, which I reviewed for Disappointment Media, which I thought was the best version of this, because we get Nick Cage, who is a very memeable actor, and he's not speaking, and it's just him beating the shit out of a bunch of these animatronics. But Five Nights at Freddy's is coming out from Blumhouse, and I'm a little annoyed because it's coming out day and date on Peacock, just like the Halloween sequels were. But that didn't stop it because it made so much money. So I go to the press screening of this movie, and there's people wearing merch. There's people that are like sitting on the stairs. It's like a big deal. Everyone's like super excited about it. And I didn't give a fuck. So I'm watching this movie, and there's several moments where like people are like cheering. And like, I know some of them are just YouTuber cameos, and that's fine and whatever, but some of them were like plot developments, and I was like, these are like normal plot developments. You guys are cheering, like whatever. And it's, I understand now that it's like, oh, well, it's a reference to the game or whatever theory or who cares, like coming to light. And that's all well and good. But if you are not an active fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, there is zero here for you to enjoy. That's a lie. There's one good thing about this movie from my perspective, which is that they worked with the Henson Company. So the animatronics and practical effects in this movie are wonderful. They look really great. They're super creepy. There's a lot of scenes where they're just like, but yeah, everything else sucks. Like, this is the type of movie that should be like a B horror movie, you know? Like, we should be having fun as he's like beating up. It's like Chuck E. Cheese, but like evil. And at night, it should be like a survival horror movie that's like 90 minutes long. First of all, this movie's like almost 2 hours. There's so much dead air in this movie. Josh Hutcherson, I know he wasn't the first choice. They wanted another YouTuber to star in the movie, and that's all well and good, but Josh Hutcherson was not good in this movie at all. He's kind of an asshole, and there was nothing likable about this character at all. Like, I got that he like cared about his daughter, and that's all well and good, but like, stop falling asleep at work deliberately, you fuck. Matthew Lillard's in the movie for like a scene, and it's like, why waste your time if you're not going to utilize him very much? But I know that these castings are just so that people who are older, people who grew up with Scream and Scooby-Doo and the Hunger Games movies, it's like a couple different generations. You get the 90s, 2000s, and the 2010s there, are like, oh, well, I'm nostalgic for that actor who hasn't showed up in a long time, so I'll go watch this movie. Because you know you're gonna get all the 12-year-olds who watch YouTube videos to go watch this thing, which, yeah, that's what mostly the audience is, a bunch of like 13-year-olds. If they think this is scary, that's fine. There's very few horror scenes in the movie. A lot of the movie is dedicated to Josh Hutcherson has this like dramatic backstory where he was camping with his family and his little brother was taken by a car, and he's trying to figure out the memory by like falling asleep and getting new aspects from his dreams. It's very confusing to me. I did not vibe with that storyline whatsoever. So cut all of that, all this trauma bullshit. Like, it's very taken very seriously, and it's a very big downer on the movie because it's supposed to be this like fun thing. At least I think it's supposed to be this fun thing. And then he like teams up with this cop lady who's like his age, and it's supposed to be this like kind of romance, but she clearly knows a lot more about the situation than she's leading on, and she's super awkward and weird, and none of that worked for me. The little girl is annoying in this movie. There's like an aunt who's like trying to steal custody of the daughter just so that she can get like the money for it, and she's like cartoonishly mean and Karen-y. She has a lawyer that's super duper funny though. He's like wonderful. He didn't even like say a word barely at all, but he was super funny. But yeah, I guess it's just not for me, man. If you are 13 years old and you watch a bunch of YouTube videos about theories about this, or you're aware of the lore and whatever, then you might enjoy this. But I really hated it. And it made me mad because I know that one of the reasons why they're so apprehensive to make this movie is like, well, how are you going to make the animatronics work and look good? And so the fact that they were able to nail that and nail nothing else was obnoxiously disappointing. So I cannot recommend this movie. It's one of the worst blockbusters of the year, in my opinion. I'm giving it 1 star because it was just a frustrating movie to watch. Everything about the direction of this movie, the performances, the writing of the movie, I just don't understand. Great animatronics, totally put to waste. Nothing about this movie has any value at all. I guess I'll see a sequel because it made so much money, but thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and why don't you tell me what your favorite horror movie made for teenagers is, which I will go with Truth or Dare, Blumhouse's Truth or Dare, because that movie is so stupid, but like it has such a stupid plot, and it's so silly and dumb, but like it's like a fun like B movie. Unlike the FNAF movie,